The new year is upon us. Welcome back to the Alcantara Archives where the rules don't matter and everything's changing. Yeah, bro, 2023. How do you feel about Uber being so expensive? You were mentioning before that, like, things were a little expensive, to put it politely. Like, what's going on with Uber, bro?
It probably has to do with the fucking thing in Russia, to be honest.
Oh my god. Yeah, everyone's talking about it. They say they want to do a ceasefire for what's happening in Russia. I'm like, dude, the chances of that succeeding are pretty low. I mean, if they don't fucking find some other way to, like, the chances of there being fuckery are pretty low. Holy. Yeah, I'm just doubling back about what I said.
I was going to say, like, next, like, a fucking Uber at, like, 3 o'clock when I'm supposed to go in is, like, $20 fucking dollars. Or sometimes, highest I saw was 25.
Yeah, bro, like, if Uber decided to just, like, I don't know, add, like, a $50 tax or some shit, yeah, bro, like, people would still go for it anyway, because it's, like, the new year. People are, like, willing to, like, deal with that ish. Like, oh my god, that's, like, really fucking, like, sad in a sense, you know, almost as sad as, like, what the hell's happening with, like, things happening with, like, betas and other games that are, like, coming out nowadays. I remember talking with, like, a friend of mine earlier about, like, the Street Fighter 6 beta, because, like, he was also, like, interested in, like, playing through, like, those games earlier. I'm gonna try to see if I could get him involved in, like, a call. Hold on a second. Let me see if I could somehow merge the call. Give me a second.
Okay.
Okay. Because, like, I had a friend of mine that I was, like, talking about the freaking Street Fighter 6 beta with, and he wanted to, like, talk with us about that because, you know, he wanted to offer his particular opinion on it.
Yeah. Hello?
Yep. Yeah, welcome, bro. Yeah, I was trying to see if I could get my friend into the call as well, because, like, he did say that he was, like, interested in doing this or anything. But, like, yeah, I was playing a little bit of Street Fighter earlier, to be honest with you, and, like, oh man, I think I mentioned it to you before here and there that, like, I ended up getting my ass handed to me because I decided to go for ranked matches. I didn't have a good time, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I love me some, like, fighting games. We had a friend of ours that was, like, a mutual friend that was really into fighting games, but he was kind of a toxic person, low key.
Well, I know who you're talking about. This is let me just to clarify. This is the same guy who threw the controller because you kept whooping his ass in Virtua Fighter, right?
Yep, that's the one. I think if I remember correctly, like, he also tried to bring you to a tournament as well, and, like,
couple. Yeah, couple, and we had to walk our ass home.
I don't know if you want to tell, like, the crowd about that, but, like, if you want to, like, put some more information in that sort of thing, like, what was it like hanging out with this person, Mike?
It was unbearable sometimes. Like, this motherfucker,
he would come over for a bit. He would come over, and, like, when it was time to go, because, like, it's like, I want to go to sleep. I want time for myself. He was just like, oh, just after this match, and, like, he would still have conversation, and then, like, it's either he'll continue playing the game, or he'll keep talking to my brother.
Yokai's Revenge, for people that want to, you know, just atomize the grab. He's amassing quite the fan base. Just let him know it's a Yokai's Revenge on Discord.
There was one time where I mean, he would sleep over a couple of times because he didn't like his house or some shit. But, like, one time, like, he slept until fucking 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
I mean, if I remember correctly, I think there was a very specific issue that involved, trigger warning for people that are dealing with situations involving abusive households. But he said that his mom was not exactly the best person to him. He said that supposedly he felt afraid staying with his mom at some point or another while he was living with her for a certain period of time. Long story short, if I remember correctly, he ended up eventually moving out from his mom's place and living in some other location that presumably was much more safely guarded for his particular mentality. And by doing some, well, I don't want to say like doing some Facebook digging, but I noticed that there was like a picture that he took like in New Year's with like some mutual friends of ours.
Like,
yeah, freaking one of those two. Because I know that like if you see like right next to him, I like sent him a photo like a while ago of like two mutual friends that we had like every once in a while that we would like meet up with that ended up like I guess getting in touch with like another friend of ours that kind of like we went through like some bad times with, and we were like talking about him earlier.
bad times, Satins under table.
Politely, this was like that toxic friend of ours that I think I would tell you about every once in a while. Like this dude was that guy when it came to like, you know, whenever you would talk about like smelly Smash players, the dude that you would like mention whenever like fucking Street Fighter had some scrub quotes, like, bro, I'll be honest, I even did this at some point. I don't know
Yeah, he's
if
like,
this was mean to do or not, but like I saw that like he was having a birthday at some point, and I just decided to like send him a happy birthday post on
on his profile.
like during his day. He had
He
like
still
a
calls
birthday
it.
on June. I just sent him a happy birthday post, and he liked it. But like, I'm not really too like vested on it, but I understand that like something tells me that he probably saw that at some point, and he was like, ah, this fucking guy. Like, oh no. I'll admit,
He
yo,
still calls
bro,
himself.
was kind of cringy. It was kind of funny.
It's one of
It's like
those
a meme to
people.
me personally. Hey, mom, how's it going? Oh, Mama Shadow. Mahalo.
So he's like one of those.
Okay, mommy.
Like,
Thank you. Yeah, Mama
but
Shadow came away.
so he's one of those dudes then.
Yeah.
Like very toxic, passive aggressive, all
Yeah,
that
bro.
shit.
Like, I mean, like Tyranno. If you want to talk about it real quickly, yeah, you can go ahead and fucking like give him the.
I'm hearing everything.
How it
I'm
went.
just
Okay.
at work, but
Okay,
he's
so-
coming on.
Okay, but okay, so that same guy he's talking about, like I remember distinctly we were playing like Smash Bros one time, and me and my brother were just fucking around with King DDD, and we were just doing the uppy spam. Him playing Fox decided to like kill himself until he ran out of lives because he wanted to play a serious match instead of like goofing all around. He does not like fun, pretty much. And wait, Gene, did you tell him about the controller he broke?
So you guys are friends with Jean, right?
Yep, I've known him since grade school.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I know him for like 2 years now. We've been on Amazon and shit. I was wearing a Street Fighter Supreme shirt, hoodie. It says, like Supreme designs, black and red and shit. So I was
Yeah,
wearing the
yeah, I know about
It says
Supreme.
Street Fighter. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Arcade Shock and shit. Like, the brand.
No, I'm not familiar with it.
Cause like I'm a Street Fighter competitor, so basically like they had made it Supreme, like black and white, or black and red and white, or gray and white, and red. I say, yeah, like that's what we met. Like, he's like, oh, I like that Street Fighter hoodie. I didn't think so. And then we started talking and shit. Whatever. But I didn't know you play fighting games too.
I play it here and there. I've mostly just gone back to like regular games. I mean, I still play like something like Skullgirls on the occasion, but I'm kind of done with Smash.
Okay, because my little cousin, he's huge on Smash. He would love to meet you guys. Like, he doesn't follow and shit. Other than that, like, Gene's a cool guy.
Oh, hi, James.
I'm trying to put me out there again. What up, Gene? We can't hear you, dude.
Oh, Gene, we can't hear you.
Hold on. Yeah, I'm back. So I think I texted
Yeah, we
you
couldn't hear you.
like, Let's Make Big Moves coming out like earlier this weekend over there in New York. What did you think about that? Because I think I sent you a text about it earlier.
For me, I don't follow Smash like that. That would be my cousin's alley because he's a Smash player. But that's cool though.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, personally, how do you feel about Smash? Like, with the way that, like, people are talking about, like, MK Leo, The Buzz, and all those people, like, showing up at that conversation?
It's good, like, but, like, I just don't like the community like that. I don't mess with it. Because, like, I used to go to this local called Nexus gaming in Union City, and my boy, like, one of my boys on 3rd Street. I used to live in 3rd Street in Union City, and he said, yo, since you play Street Fighter 5, like, yo, I got this local you go into the play every Friday. I'm like, all right. So, boy I grew up with, 3rd Street. So I was like, I went there and they'll play Smash before, Street Fighter goes on and everything. But Other than that, like I played Smash casually since 1999, since the first one. Because you know, my little brother, like he's a huge fan of Smash too.
Mhm.
Other than that, like I don't play competitive. I play casual. You know, I play Nets.
Yeah.
I say, you know, I do watch Smash here and there. Like I like the competitive scene, but the thing is, like, it's kind of toxic too. So yeah, like, you know, Smash is not my alley. I respect people who play it.
Look, I even before all the Smash thing happened, kind of like drifted me away from Smash.
Yeah.
This guy embodied the Smash stereotype where like he always had this stank to him.
Oof.
And
He was those that came back home like from working or something and wouldn't shower and just like hang out with us.
Yeah,
he like I can't wait to see y'all type vibes. I mean, I guess you could say some of it is heartwarming. Another part of it is kind of because you know you gotta keep your hygiene in mind when you go meet up with people and stuff.
His hair looked kind of greasy, and I think he tried to grow it out too, Gene, right? But it just ended up looking like
it looked kind of stringy. I felt like if he brushed it a little bit, it probably would have looked a little bit more cleanish or so. But I guess it didn't show up in the style that he wanted it to.
Yeah.
Throughout the years, though, like I've been like in a competitive scene since 2018. Well, 2016, I'll say 2015. Well, because I started with DOA first, and I play Street Fighter. Like, Street Fighter's my main game, but more than that, like I met Anti in 2018.
Yo, major props. What was he like? Oh my goodness.
He was good. So me and my boyfriend Jerry City, like we met online. We playing Street Fighter 5. Like, you know, my other boys and everything. Like my boy introduced this guy, and he told me he's from Jersey City. I'm like, oh, from Hoboken. We met in person. Went to ECT 2018. That's where we was in Fairview, I think, Fairview, New Jersey, whatever. But and freaking yeah, I met Anti because I met Rob TV, Anti, Idom, Ceroblast before he transitioned. Li Joe, Yipes, and
Yipes, that's an OG. Holy, god damn! You've been in the same room with royalty. That's crazy.
Yeah, and JB too. All the like notable peeps though. And it was my Laura.
Personally, that there is a difference between like the way some of these people act online and the way they are in person. You usually remark like, "Oh yeah," you know, like there's a difference between the Yipes that you see like online, like talking or like narrating or doing stuff for commentary regarding like certain like fighting game tourneys, and then the Yipes that you see like in the flesh.
You know, if anything, from the tourneys that he dragged us out to, I actually met John Numbers.
Oh shit. John Numbers, is he the dude from like Smash, or is that a different John Numbers from like Soul Calibur? Because I've heard of like John Numbers in like different
Smash.
Oh,
yeah, he kicked my ass, but I got at least a stock off.
That's good. I mean, the fact that like you could say like, yo, I went toe to toe with John Numbers. Most people wish that they could even be in the same room with them. I remember one time I went to Smash Forever with him and. Yeah.
Like if I can be nice, like some of his mannerisms kind of gave me the impression he might be autistic.
I mean, let's be nice. I'm
not saying it's a rude thing. He just came off a little like quirky.
Yeah, I mean, like I definitely got the impression that like something happened to him in his past. Because I think if I remember correctly, like Lucas would talk with him every once in a while regarding like relationship issues and would always come off of as if he has some giant resentment towards something that happens with like one of his exes. Because like as far as I could tell, like Lucas told me that like nothing good ever happened to like his exes regarding his situation. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, you're telling me all of your exes did you wrong? What's going on here? Like I don't know. In my head, I feel like some alarm bells came off that way.
Wait, are we still talking about after Lucas's problems?
Yeah, so he was like, just came out going, yeah. My bad, I'm at work, guys.
I mean, like, because like from what he told me is that like
we were just talking about Smash, and you kind of just jumped on like my brother's issue. So I was like, what are the two?
Not your brothers. I'm talking about like that friend of ours. That former friend of ours in this case.
Oh, okay.
Issues regarding like.
Okay.
Yeah, because for some reason it's tangentially related to Smash. Because coincidentally, you mentioned visiting the Nexus before, Migs. So like, we wanted to tell you that like in the past, he would bring us to that Nexus place that you mentioned before. And we would see matches.
Watching him yesterday. He was doing that. Like I was talking to my coworker.
Oh, dude, it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Go ahead, Gene.
Yeah. So like we mentioned before, you mentioned the place called the Nexus, which is like over there, Summit Avenue, over there in Jersey City. We used to go there with our friends, and he would bring us along sometimes. So we would see some
Hey,
of
you
the
actually go
matches
there?
that
That's
were going
crazy.
over there. I don't know if
That's
we
crazy.
probably met like a little bit earlier, but we just didn't know at that point. But it's like it's crazy how everything's like a small world in a sense, because like we know that place you're talking about. We heard about the reason why that place had
I
to
knew
shutting
some dude
down.
there too. I knew some dude there. I forgot his name. Like, but he got in trouble with sexual assault, and that after that, the Nexus closed down or some shit. Then
We
so
knew
New
the
York.
person that he messed around with because she spoke about it, and my friend was talking to us about that sort of thing. Because I guess the owner tried to get with this chick called Snakey. I mean, that's the name that she went
Yeah,
with.
like he said, like the
Yeah,
Robin.
he tried to put
like,
the moves on her. They were watching fucking Seinfeld of all things, and like, I guess he tried to like, I guess they were watching like
The
Seinfeld
deal with
together.
sexual assault.
Wait, so you know the whole story then? Because like I
Yeah,
heard something
he told us
different.
the
It was
gist
an
of it.
article. It was an article on the FGC. I think it was in Van Huts or some shit, and or somewhere online, like a notable like
Yo.
news, interesting news. So I think because like it was like an event that like he said like the Robin thing like I know you want it and something like that, and just
Yeah.
Yo. You know what Smash thing still sticks out? Speaking of like Smashies that in like legal trouble, I still can't get over the Smash play with rip hair on his mom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I
that's
just-
kind of strange. Like freaking abusive moms. That's kind of something to like really cringe at. Like, I wouldn't wish that on like anyone, not even my worst enemy. But like, yeah, having abusive parents like that can definitely wear on your mind a bit.
Yo,
Speaking of like things that wear on your mind, yo, bro, personally, I think I told you before about like the stuff that's happening with like Fire Emblem Engage. What's going on with the discourse behind that game again? I think if I told you before, like, yo, people are mad over the fact that it's anime as fuck.
I'll just say this, and this is the bitter pill they're gonna have to swallow, is that if Fire Emblem has always been an anime game, and if you're that concerned about looking like a weeb playing Fire Emblem, then you were never meant for the series to begin with. You should just be playing a different game if you're that concerned about being a weeb playing an anime game. Like,
shit, that's a fact.
honestly, like, the Fire Emblem fandom fascinates me by how much they hate anime when in an anime style game. Like, what?
Word.
Why are you even here to begin with? Go play some shit that's on like Steam that takes inspiration for Fire Emblem if you hate
It's
anime
funny
so much.
because it's funny how people get pressed about it, but they're the same people that fucking will play games where they have anime titties and shit. You know what I mean?
Exactly! Big mood! Like fucking people play hentai games talking about, oh my god, why don't we find some representation with real looking women? And it's like, yo, bro, you're playing games with anime titties. What's the point? It's like I don't like how like some people like,
I'll try it though.
yeah.
Listen.
This is just a general problem.
Oh,
It's
that
that
small thing. I know you told me about.
people in a series that was not meant for them, and they complain about the stuff that was not meant for them. So it's like me playing a Soulsborne game and me complaining that everything looks too like dark, and me staying around because like I don't even fucking know. I guess something about it I like, but I don't know what. I mean, I guess that applies too. But like, if I don't like the style of the game, it's never gonna appeal to me, and I will find something that will.
I hope
For sure, man. Because some people don't like change. You know, some people don't like change.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's the thing. In this example, Fire Emblem has always been an anime style game. It's the only change it does is the art style that still inspires from anime. So like complaining that it's too anime is just ridiculous because that's been at the core of the series.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the same example for Street Fighter 6. Like they get to bring the anime style, going to transition into realistic style because they use the engine that used for RE2 remake or RE3 or RE7 as well. Like,
Yeah, I remember
the
like,
RE
early on,
engine.
people were complaining about like, oh my god, Ken looks different, Chun-Li looks weird. And it's like, yo, bro, these are the same people that like worked on stuff like Resident Evil that are doing the graphics for this game. It's the
Yeah, I
same
know,
thing,
like-
more or less, but like slightly different. It's a different art style.
So it's like an inverse where it's like it looks too realistic while also not minding like Resident Evil.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I like about it too. Like I love the anime style that we want from Alpha to Street Fighter 3. I like that transition from from anime style to realistic because I like the change. Like Capcom been doing anime style for years, and it's time for a change. Yeah, I had a friend of mine. Like we played competitive Street Fighter together. Like he's really good, Ken. We always going back and forth over it. We're both in the same rank. So, like, he would say, "Oh, I don't like the realistic art style," because like I told him, you probably because you're not used to it yet. Once like the full game comes out, like because they did written the anime style altogether, like from Street Fighter now to the future, Plus, graphics change. You're gonna see a lot of stuff like that, man. I like it a lot, especially that how they look with Julie looks. She looks actually Korean.
Oh, Jury.
She looks
thick.
Korean, and Charlie looks Chinese. Like that's fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like Jury does look sick, I will say.
Yeah, when Judy first came out, like, the trailer and everything after Evo, I was like, yo, she looks Korean. Everybody's like, simp on Judy. Like the art style, that's fine. Like, but we're not like, fight everyone plays. Like, oh, I don't like the art style, I'm not gonna play it. But yeah, with Street Fighter 6, like, realistic art style, the same gameplay. Now everybody's complaining about it now, because everybody likes it. Because I'm dying to see Cammy, Zangief, Lily, and Rashid, I think. Because Akuma is not in the DLC. He's not in the main roster yet. I'm dying to see Akuma, though. Like, a realistic standpoint. Oh, my God.
Yeah, like, I wonder what he's going to look like now. Like, oh, man. Like, when he starts being playable, like, oh, boy. Can't wait to see the combo videos that'll come out of that one. I was like, I know one thing of, like, contention that people were talking about was the fact that, like, the drive moves are sort of, like, being very prevalent when it comes to, like, high-level play. Like, how do you feel about the drive moves personally?
I think it was really good, man. It's way easier than Street Fighter 4 because I didn't like Street Fighter 4 because the FABC is, like, it's hard to get into, plus it's one frame normals. So I like it. I like it a lot. It's like, it gives reality on, like, people choose their own play style and everything. And, because it's going back to Street Fighter 4's Flash, I'll say Street Fighter Alpha. Because, it's got the green bar on the bottom of your health bar and all that. But once you, like, guard too much, you're going to be stuck in the corner, then you'll be stunned. Or you could, like, fight out. Because, use it, cancel combos and shit. So, basically, Capcom wanted to do is, like, engage in fighting. Not to play too patient. Not to play too aggressive, and it's actually balanced, And I studied on. So when it first came out, I watched like hundreds of videos like on Drive Impact, like get better understanding. But like, yeah, that's what Capcom wants to do. Like, it's for casuals and competitive people. It's for everybody basically. So I played the beta too. I played the second.
Same. I tried playing it with like Tyranno here like earlier. I tried to do it like on stream, but I always had trouble trying to like log into the game because I guess like we tried logging in early and we weren't able to like play the game like on time. We had to wait until afterwards when he like already fell asleep. And then I was able to like log into the game and maybe get like a couple matches in more or less. Because like I tried playing and I got kind of confused like early on because like at first I tried like making my character and I noticed that like if you mess around with the sliders every once in a while, it's easy to make a fucking monstrosity. And I think I like mentioned that to you like earlier before, like, yo, bro, like some of these people look fucking terrible. There's like some abominations going up on YouTube. It's like when you try to log into one of those lobbies, there's either like a mix of like either seeing a normal person, somebody that looks like they wouldn't be out of place in One Piece, or a fucking E-thought that has a cookie cutter BBL with like massive fucking titties walking around. It's like
not only
when
that,
you log into the lobby, it's one of those three.
Some of the people that create like characters, some look like One Piece, some look like Baki. I don't know if you guys watched that, the Baki anime, but
I've seen like screenshots, and they all look.
That's the same character creation from Monster Hunter World.
Oh yeah, Tyranno will talk to me about that before.
From what I've seen from Baki, it just looks like everyone just got smacked in the face and turned into handsome Squidward.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But other than that, like the Battle Hub, the netcode is really good. I enjoyed it, but like, I didn't enjoy it that much. I did enjoy it like the first day. At the same time, like during Street Fighter 6 beta weekend, it was also WSP weekend for Call of Duty. I'm like, fuck. Like, I was like, damn, like, yeah, I was in a conundrum. But like, other than that, like, I didn't put too much time in the Street Fighter 6 like that. But I played for one day. And me and my boy, like, he plays Tekken and Mortal Kombat and the DFC. But he's familiar with Street Fighter, but he's not good at it as I am. But once he learned like Street Fighter 6, like the next day, the second day of the beta, he whooped me. I was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, yo, I said, because like you said, yo, like, I don't know Street Fighter, but you teach me. I'm like, yeah, I teach you. I'll tell you everything. And like next day, he was like, doing cancels and everything because he was playing Chun-Li. I was playing Julian and Jamie. I died with Kenny and Kimberly. Kimberly is good because I play Guy and 4 in Alpha. Me and my boy did like first to 30 or first to 60 to 100. Like we were playing for like 5 hours. Just playing each
God
other.
damn, that's dedication.
Yeah, that's how we do. Like, competitive. Like, if you want to play for somebody like first to 50, you want to get good at it, just play first to 50. I lost a lot. I don't care because I see people like freaking stressed out about rank matches, all that shit. I know some people like, they shit for a rank. I'm like, yo, you just came out and she fought a 5, but why you gonna act like that, man? It's just a beta, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that heavy.
Like, come on, dude. Like, plus the rank system is easy. I never played ranked in that game yet, but like, I never touched rank in the beta. I will never do that.
Bro, if I have experience in ranked, I'm telling you right now, I got fucking washed, bro. I went like literally 0-8 or some shit, like 0-12. Bro,
So you did play some
I got like maybe 2 matches off some people. Like, oh god, these people know how to fucking use their characters. I wanted to cry. Because the thing is, like, I would try using Kimberly, right? And I would go through several matches and I would feel like, oh, something's off with my controls. And I realized, like,
it's a lot of controls. That's why it happened to me too.
Yeah, it didn't occur to me until like 6 or 7 matches in that I was like, yo, my controls are a little fucked up because I thought like, yo, is this like the direction that Street Fighter is heading, or they're just gonna completely simplify the control scheme? Something's up here. And then like I had to go like mess around and tinker with the settings in order for me to get it like in contact, so it would be like okay. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. I finally got it like fixed. I changed it to classic control scheme and it still didn't help that much. Because like even though I played Guy with like Street Fighter like Alpha 2, like I didn't some of the moves didn't translate very well to Kimberly.
No, because she's way different from Guy though. I thought the same, but I'm not play Guy like that. So I think what it is, like you transition to Mario from classic. You probably don't know the inputs like that because you're not familiar.
Yeah.
But other than that, like, I was familiar with the DPs and everything because I played Street Fighter for years. But the thing is, my only issue, I don't know the dry cancels like that. But I know the dry impact. I practice my parries. That's basic shit, really basic. Because I've been perfect parry on my boy and some other dudes like a couple of times. I was playing somebody from the UK. Perfect connection, perfect. Like I was like in a different server, like playing by myself, like training. But some dude from the UK challenged me with his I think it was like Ken. It was Ken and Chun-Li. So I was playing him with Jamie. I was doing basic shit with Jamie, and I did a super, ultimate super and everything. But other than that, like I didn't play placement matches or anything because I'm not trying to like stress myself out or anything. Because people try too hard to improve themselves, to prove people. So it's like, because I had a boy, like my boy, like he's good with Colleen. He's like Grandmaster in Street Fighter 5. When we played each other before, I beat him. But like he's a cool dude. Like, but the thing is like, I play placement matches. I landed in platinum. I'm like, no, I landed in silver, then went to platinum. And I'm like, bro, you don't have to stress yourself out, man. Like, just take your time. That's what Kaka wants to do, is take our time. Because rank matches in Street Fighter 5 were stressful as hell. Like, people thought I was going to go Master. I'm Super Diamond. But I'm like, I went to Ultra Diamond at one point, but I was like, nah, I lost it. And once you know, I was like, nah, I don't want to play rank matches. But when I play offline, I play with so different. Like, online, like I've been a lot of people in 2018, like just playing casual or anything, and that's how I met Anti and Rob TV Cell Black Forever. But other than that, like Street Fighter 6 is going to the right direction for both people, like casual and competitive. Yeah, like I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I just hate like people just complaining about like especially competitive, like oh it's like scrubby, like dry impact. I'm like, it's not, because it's such a hypocrite. People are such a hypocrite because Street Fighter 4, the focus attack is Street Fighter Impact and Street Fighter 6. Like, it's so stupid.
Yeah.
But I told you before, Gene, like, if people are going to complain everything, because if people are going to complain that things are avoidable, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Stuff like that. Because I beat people, like, they think they know it all and shit, and next thing you know, like, they don't change their attitude.
Yeah, I hate the ones that usually go like, oh my god, freaking Jury's frames are like really bad. They really ought to like buffer. Or like, fucking, oh my god, Ryu doesn't have his white headband available as an option anymore. Why don't you do that, Capcom? And it's like, yo, why be so needlessly pedantic when you want a game that wants to come out with like several fucking characters? Because for some reason or other, people just suddenly started getting this weird sense of entitlement just because like freaking Smash Bros. Has 70 fucking characters available to play as with their own movesets and shit, and they feel like, oh, every game has to be like that now. It's like, what?
Not everything, man, but it's like,
Well,
you gotta train, man, you know what I mean?
Smash is kind of done right now. There's no.
Yeah, that's why I feel bad for y'all. I feel bad for the Smash players.
Yeah, it's like Smash is pretty much done. And, like, there's nothing. The market's open. Like, there's not going to be a Smash. There's not going to be a Smash game in the foreseeable future, as we know. So now they're trying to go in and get that niche. It's why games like Multiverses and like what else? Nicktoons All Stars is like.
Died out quick. But other than that, like what you're saying, like not only that, like Smash died, but Nintendo won't let them run the tournaments either. So that's even a bigger issue.
I know Multiverses like jumped in when they felt like there was a little lull between like Smash Bros and like Nicktoons All Stars Brawl, because in their head they were thinking like, okay, we could probably compete with these people if we just create something with rollback netcode, good online, and potentially characters that people were gonna like mesh well with. But I noticed that like for some strange reason they kind of just like stopped outputting content for Multiverses, which is kind of like shooting itself in the foot, because it's like they have a lot of like good press, but like why are they just suddenly gonna stop all that right now? Because they feel like, well, not that many people are like playing the games. What's the point?
It's because like Nintendo's not running tournaments. That's why they're not running the tournaments. That's why Multiverses like came out. Oh, we have big pop bonus. Not only that, but people that got Multiverses like mad quick, or it came out early, like people were just like getting good at it. It was like I think it's an easy game to play. I don't know, I never played it myself, but yeah, people like won like really good at it like within a week, and it came out like week before Evo too. It's so funny. We're not gonna see Smash for like a good 3 or 4 years, I'd say, because people were expecting like, oh, when's the Smash? Like Sakurai is on a permanent vacation right now. He's like chilling. He's doing YouTube videos like how the industry works and all that jazz. Or like Smash, that's like the best Smash of all time. Like Passion Melee, because you guys got everything. Like, you don't need no more deals. And it sucks because Nintendo's not letting one shit. That's our property, and that's it. And my cousin, like, he still plays Smash and everything. But like, he told me like, oh, you're gonna Street Fighter 6, right? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna Street Fighter 6. Like, are you gonna play? It's like, yeah, maybe. I expect you to be playing Smash. Like, maybe. It's a black sheep up your seat. Smash is still alive. It's like Nintendo is just like holding him back from like blowing him up more. But the thing is, Melee is coming back little by little. Because, I don't know if you guys saw before, like, even Smash 1, they got upgrade, they hacked the game, they made they put my cards and shit, like, from Smash 2 and Smash 3, stuff like that.
The remix, I think I downloaded that. I still gotta find time to, like, play it with y'all.
It's not a remake, it's more like a remake.
For me, I'm kind of, like, done with Smash.
You're done with Smash?
I mean...
Okay.
I feel like if they fucking like make a remake of Smash Melee and put it on like the Nintendo Switch online system,
more like
just
a remaster,
drum up support immediately with like online play and all that. Oh, bro, if they could just like perfect that. It'll just reinvigorate the games again.
It's not really a good remake. It's more like a remaster, not a remake. But it's like that was like a rumor, like they were gonna put like a Smash Bros. On Switch, but it never happened. Nah, that's not gonna happen. No.
Well, I remember there being an article about like Nintendo Switch Pro was supposed to come out. I'm like, you can stop huffing copium.
Yeah, because the regular Switch itself is too good. And Switch Lite. And the regular Switch is still making money.
Look, we gotta hand it to the Switch for like keeping it up, like still releasing like good award-winning games like this far into its lifespan. Like it's almost 7 years, bro. It's been like more than 5 years, like half a decade that this thing already came out, and it's still coming out with hits like Bayonetta 3 and Xenoblade Chronicles.
Not only that, Zelda 2 is coming out too.
Oh yeah, that too. Do you feel like people are gonna somehow change it so that it's gonna be for like the mythical next Switch console, whatever that is? Or is it just Switch exclusive?
You got like E3 this year, so we don't know. We don't know, man. You got E3, you still got Game Awards this year. You gotta see what happens, because I don't see Switch going down no time soon. But but most of the time, like people like Nintendo fans, like Smash can expect like a new Smash game. Like no, Smash died like what 2 years ago now. Yeah. A year ago?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look, I'm not the one to knock Nintendo fans because I'm kind of one myself, but like some of the stuff that they want out of Nintendo and then Nintendo like delivers, you gotta wonder.
It kind of feels like Nintendo fans have this like insecurity to them, but you can't really like pinpoint what it is.
Right, exactly. Like I'm a huge JRPG fan, so they got my front mission, they got Earthbound and Live Alive on Switch already.
Solid bangers.
Well, Formation is not a solid banger, it's more like a close classic. But like they got all the JRPGs. That's the only thing I'm looking forward to, like when it comes to Nintendo Direct. Because they come out Brave Default, the first one. After Patch Hour 2 comes out next month. Breath of the Wild 2 comes out in the spring. I still haven't beat part 1 yet. started part. Not gonna lie, I did start part 1. Like I slept on it for so long, like an idiot. But yeah, like I think that's what people are insecure about. Like what that guy said, or what you said. If people will cry for Earthbound for how long, but like, it was justified too because Earthbound is a cool classic game. Another one.
Definitely.
And Nintendo's like, all right, we put it out. That's it. But like, other than that, I just don't know. Like now you got Capcom, Fun Software, and I forgot what other company too that is like doing like third party Nintendo Switch games. I think there's those. But now they put a Resident Evil remix in Switch, but it's on the cloud. And not only that, oh yeah, Fun Software. Then they put Elden Ring or Dark Souls, all that in the Switch too. But it's like Nintendo Switch is dominating, man. It's dominated PS5. It dominated Xbox. Like,
yeah, look, that's the thing. That's the thing. I told Gene this before.
People keep underestimating the kid market. There are a lot of kids out there. I don't know if people know that.
Well, not only that, but they've decided to release the PS5 and the new Xbox right when COVID happened, right when people are not making money, can't make money, and of course the shortage happens. Like I remember you having hell trying to pick up a PS5.
Yeah, I ran into troubles, but eventually managed to somehow get it on stream.
Yeah, like notice how they're still making. Notice how they're still making games for last gen consoles. I don't know about the Microsoft, but God of War, you think would be a PS5 exclusive, is on the PS4.
Yeah, that was like a jet engine when running.
Yeah, but guess what? Microsoft got the upper hand though. Microsoft got the upper hand because they brought out Activision.
Yeah, and like
that was a big deal.
And what's it called? And then and of course when they revealed the PS5, it didn't have any fucking games I want because I'm not a Soulsborne person.
It didn't, bro. I was like, yo, like, cause when it first revealed, I got my PS5 for $700. Then I told him during those times, but like, yeah, like there was no exclusive. It was very lackluster exclusive, so it felt like a PS3 all over again, like the PS3.
Yeah, so it's like why? So it's like seeing what they have and what's coming out. It's like why would I upgrade when my PS4 is still working fine?
Exactly, and it still got good games too on PS4. They upgrading the PS4 games to the PS5, but not all games are playable on PS5. No, Nier Automata is not playable on PS5 yet. I play that shit on PS4. That shit is
okay, can I just say it's still insane to me? Nier Automata can run on the Switch perfectly fine, but because of the cloud, Kingdom Hearts runs like fucking ass.
Yeah,
a game older than Nier Automata, but thanks to cloud, it just runs like garbage.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, and all in that,
trying to like push like Tyranno to play that game. I keep saying like, yo, bro, play Nier. It's really good. I don't want to like hype it up and be like, oh my god, it's life changing. But a lot of people say that like they get really good opinions from playing.
Look, I got Bayonetta 3 and I got Fire Emblem Engage coming up. I'll get to it when I get to it.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, like the Nier anime comes out tomorrow, so
it's just about to start.
Just like you know, like a Nier anime comes out tomorrow on Crunchyroll. So Nier Automata is a masterpiece in my opinion. Like it's good soundtrack, good storyline, and everything. And somebody's like, bro, like why everybody getting to like masterpieces and everything? I'm like, no, because they're
there's a weird stigma going around where people say like, oh my god, Nier's that game with the robot girl's butt, right? And I'm like, nah, there's more to it than that. There's a story. There are things happening with like the characters. It talks about philosophy, a lot of stuff that has a lot of metaphysical
concepts. The only thing that caught my attention.
Yeah, but they aren't exactly wrong. I mean,
but like,
that's how I learned about Nier, to be honest.
And not only that, like,
she has a very attractive character design, but there's more to it than that, you know?
Yeah, but
the only thing that might call my attention was the combat. I love the combat a lot.
Yeah, from what
I play a lot of platinum type games, so like I fucks with the combat too. It's very nice.
That's the only game I missed out in 2019. I was thinking like, why did I sleep on this game? So I bought it on sale for like 30 because the original price was like 60. When I first saw it like on YouTube, I was like, no, what other games I could play besides Street Fighter, Final Fantasy, whatever? I can play this game. And nobody knows about what people know about. But yeah, like, all right, so I played like the whole winter, like that time. That was like 2018, like on sale for Black Friday. Oh, damn, this game is really good. Wow. But it's like, there's like, stuff she has attractive ass, whatever. But I don't pay attention to that at all. It's people that pay attention to that don't never touch grass at all, bro. Yeah. I get no fucking pussy whatsoever, you know what I'm saying?
Oh man! I mean, if you want to go there, like, fuck it. There are people out there that are still worshiping this dude, Andrew Tate. I don't know if y'all heard about that guy. Like, this guy calls him a man among men. He's like this alpha male guy that's gonna teach all these skinny little shits how to fucking get girls. Like, yeah. How y'all feel about him?
Yeah.
With him and Liver King, I'm not alpha males, bro. They're frauds. It's like, come on, bro. You're not changing nobody's life, bro. But it's like people that go up to those type of people have low self-esteem. Like, I don't.
Yeah, like those are the type of people who are overcompensating, and like
It amazes me that people don't realize that he's flexing fake money.
Not
Like,
even his money. That's a big fact. True. Like fucking the people that fucking pay for his online courses are the ones giving him money, and then he's just he's like, "Oh, I'm a self-made man."
For people that
yeah,
people
like
that famous people are the same people that like give money to OnlyFans and shit. But they're like all pointing at fingers like women like, oh, like you shouldn't be doing anything. Like, no, you're just complete as incel. You're the same type of dude. Like,
oh yeah, he's just
we worship, agitate, and we worship the IG models on IG. Yeah, but you point fingers whenever like fuck shit happen, you know?
yeah. That remember he was like just for some reason flexing over people because he didn't watch Star Wars, and I was like, oh, you don't watch a movie about space, you're still treating women like shit.
Yeah, like, bro, I think if I remember correctly, he recently got arrested because he was suspected of running a sex trafficking ring.
Yeah, you caught him.
Trigger warning for people that like are sensitive to that kind of like information. But like, yeah, dude, this guy is fucking a creep, bro. Like this guy is running girls.
But like you got out of jail the next day, man.
Here's what I find funny. The person he was making fun of, Alba, said that he has a small dick. It took him 10 hours to come up with a pocket. All it was pretty much a no you. And the police caught him because of the pizza box. And the pizza box was a local shop somewhere in Romania.
God damn, he could have at least been smart and fucking used a different pizza box. But like, yeah,
No,
people like that have problems. Like they are their own personal undoing. There's nothing you can do to like fucking fix that. Like, karma was a bitch to him that day.
done in by food, just like a catchy.
Fucking a catchy, goddamn it. I gotta get around to playing fucking Persona Royal. Yo, like Migs, I remember you talked about it before. Like you said you had a lot of fucking hours done playing Persona Royal. What was that game like? Oh, I noticed that you have like the thing muted. I'll probably ask you later. Persona Royal is one of those games that people mention, like when you get around to playing it either on the PS4 or on the Switch, like people say it's a great time, grand old time. They say it's like Persona 4. I mean, Persona 5, but better. And like, from what I can tell, people have remarked always like having nothing but good things to say about the game. Because there's like a wealth of like information and other types of features that the game has that makes it like 10 times better, but well, we've just never gotten around to playing it or something like that. Because like I know that's definitely on my games list that I want to play, but I still have yet to like platinum the original Persona 5. I haven't yet to like play the game yet.
Well, I mean, I played the original Persona.
Oh, right.
The original Persona 5, so I kind of got a good idea what might happen.
If I may ask, what was your like opinion like playing through the original Persona 5? Like, if you could give us like a play-by-play playing through the game, like what were your initial impressions? How did you feel about the game at first? If you can still recall it, of course.
I mean, of course. I mean, I still recall it. I feel like, yeah, I have to really put in my thoughts.
Take your time.
What are you guys talking about? Cause I had mute for a while.
Oh yeah, because like we mentioned before, you mentioned things regarding let me see, people being like done in by food, and then one thing led to another, and we started talking about Persona 5 Royal. Because, like, I think you mentioned before that you had some hours done in the game. And we were talking with, like, Tyranno and you regarding, like, your thoughts about the game in total. I don't know if you got around to, like, platinuming the game. But, like, Tyranno mentioned before that he played, like, some hours of, like, the original Persona 5. And, you know, as someone that played Royal, in your opinion, like, how do you feel like the game differs from the original Persona 5 in the sense that it kind of, like, added to your enjoyment of the game?
The whole game of Royal, but I beat the regular one. I almost platinumed it, but
you almost got the platinum for 5, you said?
The original, not the Royal.
Yeah, like what were your impressions like playing through original P5 compared to Royal?
It's good. It's good. Like, you know, I played it around like the summer of 2019. Like, I played it in the summer of 2019 though, like Persona 5.
Yeah.
You know, cause it's funny because during that time I was in Hawaii. I went to a wedding in Hawaii in August. That time in 2019.
So everything that was happening in that section of the game, you're probably feeling at some point, no?
Yeah, like cause
the
that part where they went to Waikiki. They went to Waikiki. I went to Waikiki, so I came back from vacation and everything. I was up to that part. I was like, damn, I'm missing Hawaii already.
Yeah.
But other than that, like the game is really good. It's like my second Persona game because from transition from Final Fantasy to Persona, it's like it feels good. Like it's like something fresh. I want to play because my first Persona game I would say is P4 Golden and the PS Vita.
That's funny because I actually played Persona 4 Golden on the on Steam.
Yeah, because it was on Vita first and went on Steam. But I'm looking forward to because I bought Persona 5 Royal, the PS5 version, for on sale for $30.
Yep.
So I'm definitely gonna go through it again. Because that version has like all DLC. So I was like, all right, cool. And after that, I'm gonna play on P3 again because I never beat P3.
Yeah, whenever it comes out.
I never beat P3. I started P3 last year. Or 2 years ago.
I beat P3 on the PSP. That shit made me cry. I can't say anything to y'all, but I know that was a pretty good experience. Cause like at that time I was like going through like a breakup and like so I sort of felt like I had something going on with like the whole theme of depression that game kind of like went with like a vibe for. Like oh fuck, I felt some type of way. I was a sad Jean back then. But like by playing through that game, I was able to, I guess, sort of like use it as a companion piece to help me process certain emotions that I was going through and like become a better G.
Yeah.
That game came through with like a fundamental life to me. Thanks, video games.
Yeah, but that's how I feel about like on P5. Like when I came back from Hawaii, like, all my friends were like, chilling on the beach in Waikiki, just having a good time. Like Hawaii that Saturday, no, not Saturday, like Friday morning. Yeah, other than that, like I had a great time. That part reminded me, like that Hawaii scene, like in the Persona 5, like me and my friends were chilling on that Friday morning, at the beach and everything. But we weren't Phantom Thieves and shit.
Yeah, so like you said, you were chilling in the beach. So what were the girls like over there in Hawaii, bro? How were the baddies? Baddies over there in Hawaii? Like,
I didn't pay attention to that at all. So, but I just want to focus on a good time. Because usually when I go places like that, I don't focus on baddies at all. I just have a good time. That's it. Other than that, it's like a lot of Filipinos, Koreans, and Japanese over there reside over there. So, other than that, like their lifestyle and everything, it's like very too comfortable over there because people focus too much time on their money. Because I see a lot of people in beaches that are being like homeless and shit. Other than that, like the culture over there is amazing, friendly as hell. I used to talk to a chick from Hawaii, but like we don't talk like that anymore. So, like but I knew I do her friend, like she's like Filipino and Samoan, but like she told me about Hawaii and everything. And my mom works down there. Other than that, it's good down there. You guys should take a trip, but like they said, it's a 9 or 10 hour flight, or sometimes 8 and 9 hour flight. Yeah, like the food over there is good. I think the culture is good. So good, man. That's another topic we could talk about. But, like
yeah.
I went over there for a wedding and shit.
Oh, that like was it like one of those weddings that took place like by the beaches, or was it like in a closed space?
It was by the beaches, yeah. It was by the beaches, yeah.
It's very romantic.
Yeah, it was good. I had a good experience. I flew by myself and everything.
Did they do that thing where like, they had the bouquet and like people were throwing it and like people were trying to catch it and stuff? Or were you like?
Yeah, they did. You guys haven't been to a wedding before? What the heck?
It's actually like heavy over there. Like holy shit! Every 5 minutes I hear rain drop.
No, it's listed.
Yeah, I'm gonna work hard today editing this. Did you have like any thoughts on like other games that you wanted to try for like gaming resolutions for like 2023? Like any games you're planning on playing now, like this year? I don't know if any of y'all like, made some headway into like God of War Ragnarok or anything, because people tell me like, oh, that's the game to end all games this year so far as we know.
It's a good game, man. I'm just gonna finish my backlog of games. It's fun. I'm just trying to do.
Yeah,
because I haven't finished Judgment. I gotta finish the rest of Judgment. I gotta finish Spider-Man 1 because I'm halfway done with Spider-Man 1. Then I gotta finish Spider-Man Morales. Finish half of Judgment. I gotta finish rest of Judgment. Finish rest of Spider-Man. And then after that, I'm gonna go to Spider-Man Morales. Way on the Spider-Man 2. That's supposed to be coming out this year. Hopefully.
Bless you.
Hopefully Spider-Man 2 comes out this year, but I have to finish it. Play Persona 5 Royal again. Play the Sunk. I got the 60 frames for the second one. Yeah. So we're gonna go through a whole Yakuza again because I haven't played Yakuza in a minute.
Oh man. If you can't start with 3, because I started with 3, like yo, that was a life-changing experience. I love Yakuza. I love the Yakuza games, bro. I can't wait for Ishin to come out at some point. Because people say that like Ishin is like one of those games that are gonna come out recently with the whole like remake binge that they've been on lately. I'm also excited for Yakuza Gaiden whenever that comes out. The man who changed the world or some shit like that. I don't know what happens in like a Dragon Banyu, but like I am eager to like get involved in like trying to play through that series at some point again. I still have the collection over here in like my closet. I gotta like dig it out of storage and like play it on stream at some point. It's gonna happen sometime in the future in the backlog. I still have an entire Ridge Racer collection that I gotta play through that I haven't gotten around to playing through yet.
Ridge Racer is awesome. Holy shit. But like,
yeah, fucking GOAT series right there. It's like on the opposite end of like where Gran Turismo is like full on simulation, and Forza's like somewhere in between. Ridge Racer's like the opposite side.
yeah, because I want to play through Kwame 2. I never played Kwame 2 yet, but I beat the original from 1 to 3. You know, way back then. Like I never finished 4 on PS3. I never finished 4 on PS3. I never played through 5 or 6 or 7. So I'm just gonna steamroll through the whole thing. But other than that, like I beat Yakuza 0 back in 2019, along with Persona 5 and Nier.
Oh yeah,
so I had a
also
good
Nier,
time.
the original Nier. Holy shit.
Because Yakuza 0 is one of my most favorites. I put most time into, like, you know, comes animations and everything. But I never completed the whole hostess part. I was at the last part of the hostess part, like, you know, we complete the shit. Other than that, like, I'm definitely gonna play Yakuza 2. Cause I love the waifu. And I forgot that girl's name. I forgot the girl's name from Yakuza 2.
Are you talking about Kaori?
Yeah, that's one of my favorite.
Yeah, Kaori. He's good. Wifey material.
I love her. Yeah, but I definitely excited to play that again. I'm gonna play through. I'm gonna skip 3. I already played through 3. I don't like to do like that, but I'm definitely gonna play through 4. Cause I'm gonna finish it. I was up to this guy. The last part I was up to was the prison. Out of prison. The guy put his thing like
you were fighting the prison guard. I forgot his name too, but I know who you're talking about. The fucking prison guard. It's like during Sajima story, right?
I passed that already. I mean, I was in the outside world. You know, we got out of prison. You know what I'm saying? Like escape prison, I think.
Yeah. So like you escaped. Did you get to the part where like Saejima washes up on shore and fights Kiryu, or is that a different part? Yeah, because I hear that like Kiryu's a pretty hard boss battle for some people.
Yeah, exactly. That's the only one I left on the PS3. So. Yeah. I don't care if I start over. So I'm just gonna, like, you know, go through Yakuza 2, 4, 5, and 6, and 7 this year. Because 8 is coming out next year?
Yeah, 8 is coming out next year. I would strongly recommend getting through 0 whenever you get the chance as well. Yeah, because people say like, yo, if you play like Kenzan, I mean, if you play Kiwami after like playing through 0, you're gonna feel a certain way for Nishiki.
No.
There's this one character in the games that like you get to follow up on like what exactly he did in between those 2 games that kind of justifies why he is the way he is in the original Yakuza 1. And just playing through that game is like fucking pure Kino, dude.
Yeah, 0, like, you find out everything, like, what happened to Goro died, and Nishiki, and Kazumi Kiryu, why the way he is, everything, and him and Nishiki, like, you know, close friends and stuff like that. They grew up together.
Hold up. Potential spoilers for Yakuza 0. But, like, yeah, go on ahead.
Yeah, you pretty much, like, you know, go through everything, like, spoiler warning. Yeah, you find out, like, why Nishiki, like, you know, the way he is and everything. Then Kiryu, you go to this 80s Japan, like, you know, aesthetic and everything. Yeah. It's really good. I love the game. It's one of my favorite Yakuza out of like 7 so far.
Like, there's like 2 people that have really good character development in these games, and there's Kazuma, there's Majima no Nisan, and then there's
but like, there's all the characters, like, you know, the villains, like, you know, I forgot his name, like, he's like the pink suit. I forgot his name. Him and the other guy that you fight.
Oh, are you talking about Kuze? Oh, he's that guy, bro. I love Kuze.
Yeah, both of those like villains, they were like in Japanese movies, like in the 80s and 90s. You know, the Crow series.
Oh yeah, they look like fuck boys, bro. Like Diego, you would love their designs, bro. They're fucking good. They're really good.
Yeah, that's how I found out, like, cause I was a huge fan of, like, you know, kind of foreign films, like, you know, especially Japan, like Crow, Lady Snowblood, Ichi the Killer. Stuff like that, like, you know, the Kashimike movies.
Yeah,
they were in those type of movies, like in the crime movie, especially.
So yeah, I think that's really where like they chose like the majority of dudes like to play like these gangster roles and all that. Is it like, oh yeah, if you're in a gangster movie, like you're definitely getting like hired. It's like sort of like if I were to like describe it in a sense, I would say like Yakuza is like the closest thing to like The Sopranos as a video game. I know
it
it's
is.
A very weird thing to mention for like
Grand Theft Auto. Mafia and Grand Theft So, but I don't know if you haven't noticed the guy from Yakuza 6, the actor, he's from Battle Royale. I don't know if you guys watched that movie. He has a good, like, good resume, too. He's a good actor. I watched, like, that movie and kind of all the movies he was in, but I watched it, too. Like,
He's that guy, and it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna make you the brother of the main character that you never mentioned before until now.
I never played Yakuza 7, so I don't know why you're
okay.
spoiling for me for.
Yeah.
I never played Yakuza 6, so you should kind of spoil it for me, dude. I don't know that character.
Oh no, it's something that happens like early on. They mentioned like, oh yeah, he has a brother that nobody mentioned until now.
Oh yeah, sorry,
okay.
the demo.
Yeah.
So I already played the demo. That's it. Yakuza 2 is just fun. It's how like, some people from Yakuza 2, like Kiwami, I don't know if you do a mode like, we gotta have an army. And it's like a tactical game. It's like a romance beginnings kind of shit, but like you have like a huge army or anything. You got these guys. I think it's Atani or whatever. Those are the guys from New Japan.
Yeah, we have familiarity in like the Muso games. We play Dynasty Warriors. I would talk about it with Diego and my other friend like before.
I'm not talking about Dynasty Warriors. I'm talking about Yakuza. It plays similar to the mode where you can gotta command your army and shit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't know if you play that side game, but like if you don't play side games in Yakuza, there's something wrong with you.
Yo, word. Because people like they stay for the story, but then they get fucking tricked into playing the side games, and they're like, all right, there goes another 30 hours.
Yeah, because I don't understand people because they go for the story, but they finish the game like, oh, why are you finishing so quick? But you got people forget though, there's like side stories that actually fun to side. So you got like story arcs for like certain characters and everything. I think the last story arc I did really judged me was, I gotta protect this guy. Like he was running like a sweet shop, and some Yakuza gang bothering him and everything and stuff like that. I forgot. That was a fun side mission, side story. That's what people like, playing with like open world games and stuff. I hate how people like, I finished this game like in a week, but they never play side missions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the beneficial by side missions, like you get to like, I'm like 35% done with the side mission. My first playthrough. I'm like on chapter 7. My first playthrough Crisis Core. I beat Crisis Core back then, like on a PSP, twice.
Man. That shit made me and my little brother cry. That was one of those games. Like, if anyone wants to like get into like Final Fantasy VII legitly, I would strongly recommend starting with Crisis Core. I don't give a fuck. That was like one of the best games that you can use to get into the storyline of like the greater compilation of 7. But everyone swears up and down, oh, you gotta play 7 first. And it's like, for some people, but like, I had a better time playing Crisis Core.
You gotta play Crisis Core first, then you can play the remake, then you can play the original.
That's the thing, most people, when they hear about the remake, they'd rather play the remake than Crisis Core. Because in their heads, they think, oh, that came out for the PSP. That came out a million years ago. What's the point of playing that shit? That's old. Nobody wants to touch that. Okay, boomer.
But those are the type of people that already played it, though. They already know.
Like, what the fuck are you guys talking
You're
about?
not paying attention to what I'm saying, though. Those are the people that already played it, including myself. But like, I was deciding to play it again, especially on new gen. But you're saying that people that played it already don't care about it. True, but there are people who want to get into it as well. So you're just like talking about them, but you're not talking about the new people that want to get to Final Fantasy 7. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the new people that want to get to Final Fantasy 7. So it's pretty cool.
With the remake coming out the remaster for what do they call it? Reunion? Yeah. So, I mean, if anything, like, play Reunion before playing Remake Intergrade. And I think that's the new version of, like, the remake.
Though. It's like, I watch a lot of YouTube people that are playing Final Fantasy 7 for the first time. Very first time.
Yeah.
They got into Crisis Core. They beat the remake already. Because it's not fair how people already play on Crisis Core back then, but there are people that playing Crisis Core for the first time after play remake, because remake came out first. Well, Crisis Core came out first, but remake came out on PlayStation 4 and 5. And now, like, they can get your experience. People that missed out on the Crisis Core are playing Crisis Core now.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how Tyranno focus. So, that's what Square did. Like, people that missed out Crisis Core, they want to know so bad about sex story, they can play that now, and they're gonna get a different perspective on, a remake or why this happened, why it's a fucking bad character.
Spoilers for Final Fantasy VII Remake, Crisis Core, all that shit, compilation of 7 in general. Because I know, like, people. They got really confused when they saw that one scene in Remake of like Zack just like surviving the Shinra assault, and he's just like, yeah, the price of freedom sure is steep again, and everyone's like, who the fuck is this guy? And I'm sitting here thinking like, yo, that's my dude. Oh my god, I fucking cried. But everyone else is looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, who is this dude? And it's like, yo, bro, there's like a story to that guy that a lot of these people are missing out on. Because a lot of these streamers, when they do play through this game, they all feel stumped that this dude somehow is alive. And they're like, literally, like on some like annoying YouTube pedantic, like freaking 4chan bullshit. They're like, literally who? And it's like, yo, why the fuck do people use that shit as an insult, bro? That shit grinds in my gears. Give me 1 second. I just gotta answer a call.
All right.
So there are people like, that play original Final Fantasy VII and missed out. They probably didn't pay attention, like, oh, they're trying to part of the game they mentioned Zach. I don't know what he did or anything. It's all ignorance.
By the way, have you played the original Final Fantasy VII?
Yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy since I was 8 years old. 31.
I played it on the Switch with the sheets and all that.
Yeah, because
But I still enjoyed my time with it.
Yeah, because I've been playing Final Fantasy VII since I was 8 years old. Like, that was my first game, like, on the PS1.
I can tell.
So, yeah, like, playing for the first time. And it's trying to get new fans, so, to understand the whole story. Like, why Sapphire came bad, Zaya came, stuff like that. And people don't know. I don't know if you played Crisis Core yet, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
I haven't played Crisis Core yet.
Oh, okay. I just let you know right now, that Buster story of Cloud Guy, that's not it. But yeah, like, that's good, like, play the original Final Fantasy VII. Now, you played the remake, no, right?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you gotta play that too. But since you played that Final Fantasy VII, you should go to Crisis Core now. That is a perfect time, because, you can understand the backstory of all the characters.
Yeah, well, of course I have to get through my big catalog of games.
Crisis Core is like, it'll take like a good week or two, like, beating that shit.
Oh, really?
A good first 2 chapters, or 4 or 5 chapters is short as hell. There's 11 chapters in general. I'm like on chapter 7.
Chapter 7? Like remake, or is it a different
No. Crisis Core, I was talking to your boy, like,
Oh,
you play the original. You play the original Final Fantasy VII. I'd say you should go to Crisis Core now. Then after you go to Crisis Core, then you can go to the remake. Because remake part 2 is coming out this year. Turns out, like, there's extension parts to a remake. A lot of extension parts. And everything. So it's a good entry to play that first. Pretty much just like the Yakuza 0. Final Fantasy VII.
Yep.
That's what it is.
Essentially.
Yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy since I was like 8 years old. Like, Final Fantasy VII was like the first game I ever played because my mom's ex-boyfriend, like, he gave me like a bag of games. He gave me Blur War 2. Final Fantasy VII, Xenogears, R-Type.
R-Type, I fucks with R-Type heavy. I know they're gonna make a sequel or like a prequel of some sort. They're making a remake, something.
I didn't know they had like a story.
Oh my god!
I think they have R-Type Final on the PlayStation 5, but so you give me all those games, and that's how I know Final Fantasy VII. Or the OG, just go back to Crisis Core to get a better understanding the story, because part 2, the remake, it did show some clips. They did show Zack, like, in Cloud. So if they show Zack and Cloud in the remake, and you beat the remake and the OG, go to Crisis Core. Get a better understanding of Zack's character and Sapphire and everybody else. Like how the whole streamer came bad and shit. But like, that game is like one of my favorites on the PSP. Next to, I'll say, like, I think Final Fantasy is one of the lines since like a backward. I was gonna say. Yeah,
you were mentioning before about like the stuff regarding how it's like difficult sometimes to like get into that particular group, like especially for I guess Crisis Core. A lot of people like they'll see like the stuff that's happening and stuff like Advent Children, and they'll think that like, oh, there's a certain perception of how like we view Cloud itself, or how Cloud is like this really strange emo dude who's just like to himself and is like constantly depressed. And it's like, no, he wasn't originally like that. There was a lot more to him that Crisis Core and Final Fantasy Remake kind of like shell out his character. But because like a lot of people just like seen Remake nowadays and like they've never like heard of like Advent Children at this point in time, they're just gonna assume that Cloud is just like this dude who's just like a mercenary who's like super cool and cocky. He's got like a Dante-like personality to him.
No.
Dante showed up earlier.
No, dude. No, that's not it. You're just assuming. There are people that did see their Advent Children and play the original, but they never played Crisis Core. That's why.
That's what I'm saying. I'm coming at it from the perspective of a zoomer, because they're like they're gonna look at games like the original Crisis Core and the original Final Fantasy VII, and they think,
no, but
those are old. They're not gonna touch that.
I heard you said that, oh, they think Cloud was an emo and but you're saying that those people that never played Crisis Core, why you think like that? You're just saying that. I heard what I said, man.
Like, some people don't like Crisis Core over the fact that, oh, it's on a console that I don't own, therefore I'm not going to touch it. Which, in my opinion, is kind of wrong, but I understand that, like, there's some people that will refuse to touch it simply because it's not on a console system that they can play that isn't a hand. Some people are shallow like that, which is why I understand why
I've
they have to
never
point it
heard
out.
of that because there are people, myself, that want to play Crisis Core on the modern consoles. Like I played on PC because that was the game that hard did on console.
I played it on PSP as well. I was one of those people that was like, yo, this game is fucking fantastic. Why has anyone never heard of this game? And it's like, surprisingly, a lot of people that I talk to about Final Fantasy remark that they've only seen the movie. Or they've looked at AMVs on YouTube that's got like one of those Blink 182 videos or fucking Good Charlotte set to like scenes of action that happens in the movie, and then they won't touch the games. And it's like,
Yeah, because like
there's more to
they're
it
not
than
that
that.
casual, bro.
Noted.
I'm glad it's on the Switch too, because you can play that everywhere. People that play Switch all the time, they buy that game and stuff like that. I mean, children, they don't, you can't force people to play Final Fantasy, but they're curious to know. They're gonna play it however they want, and like, oh, I want to play Final Fantasy, the OG Final Fantasy to understand his character, or you can play Crisis Core first. Either or, but like, it's preferences.
Because I know, like, I noticed that something that like the reunion changes is the fact that like the characters are voiced by different people. So like some of the people that voice the characters in the remake are now voicing the characters in reunion. And some people, like, for some reason or other, find displeasure in the main character being voiced by the same actor that voices him in the remake rather than the original. They felt like the original had more of a vocal performance delivery that the remake one just doesn't have, according to. And I feel like personally, as someone that like has an interest in like voice acting, that's kind of like disrespectful because it's like they're completely shitting on this dude's performance, being like, "Oh man, they should have replaced him with the old guy." It's like, dude,
yeah, but you wasn't bothered by it. Yeah, a lot of friends what I said, including myself, but no, that's a change, I'm just sad that Square didn't take the opportunity to like Square is like a Mr. Bag sometimes when it comes to like changes and everything. Because speaking of Final Fantasy, the physical remaster, like they fucked a lot of fans over, including myself. I was trying to get the physical edition. I don't know if you heard that news that they came out with a physical edition.
It went on getting it physically, like all 6 games in one package.
Yeah, and for the shipping cost a lot. People that got it are the scalpers, and the people that are trying to get it are on the waiting list. I was trying to get it. It said it's out of stock, and then they had no plans to restock it. A lot of people, including myself, were mad, like, oh, why you gotta do stuff like that?
Yeah, that's kind of shit.
Why you gotta put low demand like collection that everybody wanted, including myself. I've been playing Final Fantasy 7. I went back to the old Final Fantasy, like 1 through 4. To play on Mythology Collection 5 and 6, and I played 8 on the PS1. But yeah, like it's fucked up how Square screw everybody over that actually wanted the collection genuinely. Limited run games will not make that because limited run takes like a year to get your patches and shit, and that's not cool. They need to bring back past like Eve. That. They need to bring back past like Eve, Xenogears.
They see like the Xenoblade games as like a continuation of that, but I understand what you mean.
No, it's not. It's not. It's a different story. Because they got Xenogears, Xenosaga, Xenoblade. They got to bring back all those games, man, but they don't want to. At least they brought back Front Mission, the franchise.
That's a step in the right
1, 2, and 3. And Live Alive and Trials of Mana, all that stuff. So they did it with Trials of Mana first. They did it with Trials of Mana first. Bring back the Final Fantasy Legend, Trials of Mana, like the Super Nintendo versions, right? The originals. Also bring back Chrono Trigger 2. When are they going to do that?
One of these days, man. Yeah, they gotta give what's his name a fat check. Gotta bring Chrono Trigger. They gotta get this dude Akira Toriyama. They gotta give him like a fat check. Tell him like, yo, bro, give us permission. Let us put the game out already.
They're still getting a fat check though, like his Dragon Quest 12 is gonna come out probably this year or next. They're still getting a fat check. He's just busy doing
like how there's one dude that I guess is in charge of the music for Dragon Quest, and I guess like people have done some digging and they found out that this dude was legitimately, unironically, a Holocaust denier, and also was spouting a bunch of like pro-right rhetoric stuff.
I did not know that, so I did not know that, so I don't know. Say we don't care about our the main character franchise. We don't care about her because like their excuse like, oh, she's very difficult to make. I'm like, look at Capcom 4. They made Leon and Claire amazing characters in a remake. why you can't do the same? Like it's stupid because I think Ivory don't have potential. But look what you did with Third Birthday. Made her weak as hell.
I think like freaking Third Birthday, spoilers for like Fireside Eve, but like in Third Birthday, I think it kind of ended in a very ambiguous situation with like a character that was revealed to not be a character doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Because Parasite Eve is one of those games that like a lot of people say that like really deserves a remake because they could just like do it from like the ground up. It would be like
I don't follow her still, so you guys keep going. My bad.
it's okay. It was one of those like farming style games in the vein of like Animal Crossing. Like it was one of those games where you could, I guess, sort of become like a character who like farms in a piece of land, gathers and grows crops, and here and there like decides to go dungeon crawling. Because Diego, I think in Fates you can literally miss out on an entire faction of characters and you just decide to go with one decision or another.
Literally.
Like I feel like that's like one of the better examples of like the Persona effect in action. Because it's like, oh, do you choose to join Nor or go with Hoshino? And there's like 10 or so characters that are mutually exclusive to either side.
Or you could just play Revelations and get them all because why not?
Yeah, I feel like that kind of like, in a sense, spoilers for Fates, I feel like that kind of like fucking debases the entire argument of Fates. Because it's like, oh, you have to choose one or another. You can't do both. And the game's like, actually, you can.
And this is why I was so against the idea of a golden route and 3 houses, because not only will it just like shatter whatever 3 houses was standing for, but what would be the other routes? And then you look at the golden route and be like, what's the point when I could just get quote unquote true endings? Like,
yeah.
Like, fucking commit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. My only wish list for Persona 6 is like, get rid of the high school setting.
Oh my god, yes. I feel like I've talked to Diego about this several times before. I had an issue with fucking like one of the characters, like the main crux of like one of the...
You won't shut up about it.
I think it's time for Festivus. Let's fucking let it off and like talk about our gaming sins and issues that we have like regarding certain video games. For Persona 5, I have a personal issue with the fact that like you're playing the game as a potential 16-year-old boy and the game's giving you an option to fuck like older people. Like, yo, what are you doing, Atlas? Atlas, what the fuck?
You even notice that?
Bro. That is some weirdo shit, bro, personally. I'm still getting that platinum, though.
I think every Persona game, like, it's all high school. Go to college or probably based on a real world, like, Shin Megami Tensei does.
Persona 2 says hi. I think that game had, like, an actual college-age cast of characters, and it's got, like, the best group of Persona characters.
Persona 2 is the only game that did that. Yeah. Persona 2, like Eternal Punishment, I never beat it.
Oh,
that's the only game that
I played it several times on the PSP. I also played it on PS1. Yeah, like the game was so good. I bought it again on PSP so I could play it on the whole PSP to PS1 type thing. It was fantastic. I loved it.
But like my only thing in it is like go back to Persona 2 and punish have the guy just mature.
Yes.
But like not have like 16-year-olds like fan service kind of shit.
I personally hate the whole like, oh, I have feelings for this girl, but I'm not gonna.
But you're the same person who will buy it, though.
Oh god, that's just like some teeny bopper stuff, bro.
You're the marry my wife and all that jazz. I'd rather have like a sign in like let's curse.
Yeah, like, I think the thing is like as much as you guys don't like it, it's got all these spin-offs for a reason, so it's
it does.
So it's like
Persona 4 was like that too. Famous Persona game until 5.
Let this guy speak, though.
I mean, you could go back to a state like Persona 2, but it's probably not going to, like, click. And I was actually telling someone this about a certain game that I don't even remember. It's like, yeah, you could do that, but it might not even, like, save the game's reputation, and you just risk alienating more people.
Oh, yeah, because they're too used to it. They're too used to the high school setting. And, they got reached, like, I want to marry my wife and all that.
Yeah, so yeah, I expect Persona 6 to be more of the same, really.
I mean, like, I know, like, if anything, I feel like if they're gonna tackle, like, teenage issues in the next Persona game again, I want them to actually, like, address these issues instead of just putting a neat little bow and talking around it. Like, they did this one sub-story regarding, like, certain characters in Persona 5. I don't know if you remember, like, Diego or, like Meeks, there was a character that was a confidant, right? That was supposed to be part of a political organization that wasn't exactly mentioned in the game, but sort of like talks about it being like.
Wait, you're talking about the like
political guy, I'm pretty sure they talked about it.
They didn't talk about it in the way that you expect. They mentioned that they were part of like a libertarian movement that like succeeded, but they never explicitly mentioned what type of issues the other side was talking about, which makes it feel like it's like heavy-handed. It's like, what are you trying to explain? Yeah,
But that's
which song are you talking about?
Torino.
The political guy you see screeching at the subway station.
Yes, the confidant guy, the son persona.
It's pretty much like, you know, he's building his confidence to make him. He's not really a political party. He's more like conspiracy guy.
Because he mentioned like, yo, bro, more young people should be going out there and like voting and like not listening to what the fuck like these older people are trying to like discourage them from
like
voting.
A rebellion / conspiracy theory guy. So he does have a backstory. Like he did got fired by a job because he was being fraud or something.
Yeah,
so
it's like succeeded from the the National Party that the characters were a part of. But they wouldn't specifically mention which party it was a part of, but it's implied that it was leaning towards libertarian regarding some sort of sect that he was a part of.
But that confidant was kind of waste of time, though. It was a waste of time, that confidant. Yeah, because
they wanted to talk about political people. Like, yo, if this is like Atlas's way of talking about politics, don't fucking sugarcoat it. If you're going to talk about people that have drawing lines to like real world political figures, be about it. Don't just like fucking pussy out and feel like, oh no, we're talking about a certain party, but it could be any party in a giant general form. It's like,
you could
politics in general.
They could, but I don't think they wanted to, so they just wanted to dance around.
Yeah, because
like the politics in Japan. The politics in Japan are different than America's somewhat, but if you like outright state what your stance is, you're probably gonna alienate some people and like spark some political debate. You're already in like fucking Devil Survivor 2. Someone posted about that like capitalist shit, so it's like in this current year that was fine. Playing it safe was the best option.
Yeah, because like I was gonna say, that's Shin Megami Tensei. That's what.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Like, I was also gonna say this, Gene. I feel like for all that shit, they just keep it in Shin Megami Tensei because that's what
they do.
Because the thing about Shin Megami Tensei is part of Festivus airing our grievances. Okay, so Shin Megami Tensei, the thing is that they would try to do this thing where it's like they're gonna align themselves over law versus chaos, and that's like that has leanings towards like D&D type neutrality arguments, where it's like, is it right to do things morally just, or is it okay to just do whatever the fuck?
You're not. But your thing is you're talking about persona sugarcoating politics, but that's Shin Megami Tensei's job, like being out there in your face, like because Shin Megami Tensei, you got alignments like chaos, neutral, and law.
But that's the thing, like they don't go over it either, because in the sense that like when it comes to law, it's like, oh, you just gotta believe in some higher power that's going to order you to do things in a very specific set of circumstances.
Don't you fucking kill Satan?
They kind of do though, like in the older games, they kind of do. Because they do talk about conspiracy theories and all that shit, or like you said, like political stuff.
Like, correct me if I'm wrong, but aren't most Shin Megami Tensei games just like telling that deity, telling you what to do to fuck off?
Not all the Shin Megami Tensei
routes, because like some of them like have a thing where it's like if you try to play it in a very specific way, you can sort of like tell both sides to fuck off and just let humanity do its own thing, like neutral.
Yeah, that's neutral. That's neutral, yeah.
Pretty much you being like ways that the game handled it was probably Nocturne. Shin Megami Tensei 3. Because every political... There was a game that had an alignment system where every type of alignment had some sort of ideology behind it that revolved around metaphysical concepts like, oh, what is it like if we created an era or a society where everyone's based or judged based off of the stuff that they do for others, and they call it like a meritocracy. Like, oh, what are we gonna do? We're gonna call it Yosuga or some other fancy name like that and shit like that. And like every other character had a certain alignment that the main character would sort of have to choose. Spoilers for like Nocturne, but like you get to choose at some point what character you agree with the most in order to lead the next realm or the next batch of people that are going to be born in humanity in a certain direction. So again, they have the law, chaos, and neutral arguments, but they have it split up into certain subsections of this is law, but this is totally orderly. Or this is law, but it leans towards chaos. Or this is law, but it's sort of kind of neutral, but sort of kind of orderly, and it's not quite any of those.
But sometimes you don't have to agree with being in that type of situation is like force. You don't have to agree with chaos. So you agree with chaos, you go to chaos. If you agree with law, it goes to law or neutral. You go in the world. You want to live in a world where everybody rules. That's chaos. Law, you in the world where everybody has to listen. If they don't listen, they die.
That type
Pretty
of
much.
thing, yeah. That part.
Yeah, and neutral, you want the world to go back to normal. Humanity, good and bad, normal shit. That's what it is.
Quo, yeah.
But now you don't have to listen. You gotta listen to dialogue more to make a decision. Because there's a guy, there will be one character that's good. Then one character is bad. Let's fuck this. Let's fuck this monster up.
Yeah.
No, stuff like that. It's not all. It's not all in one direction. You got Shin Megami Tensei does make you choose out of all three. Because I think neutral is anti-hero. So other than that, it's you're focusing on, oh, this happened, that happened. No, you can make that decision. You know what I'm saying?
Sure, yeah.
I'll take back what I said. I think at least for Persona 6, I hope they have a smaller scale story like Persona 4 did.
Oh, but how so? Are you talking about these are just adventures happening in a small town type thing?
I don't know how
it gets annoying where it's every game it's we gotta save the world, and it's yo,
I don't want no high school
every
setting,
game does that.
know.
It's not. I mean, yeah, it's a trope, but at least with Persona 4, you're at least what's it called? You're just saving a small town.
Yeah, that I can deal with that. Yeah, I didn't know it was DLC for Shin Megami Tensei 5. Pay attention for that 1 year it came out, and that's it. I didn't pay attention no more.
I know that Devil Survivor 2 hasn't been doing hot either.
And so happens too. Horizon 2 is butt. It's bad.
Oh, January 6th. Wow, look who it is. It's Shadow Kusanagi and Infamous Ludwin on our first very live broadcast. I love your shirt, bro. Anything is possible. I agree. Anything is possible. I hope I can hear you, bro. I don't hear nothing.
Yo. How about now? Yo, hop in the group chat. I added you to the group call. We're recording the group call already.
I opened it and it got me in here.
Okay, wait, hold on, because you just added me right now. Do you see?
Okay, Discord. Look, hold on. I'm pressing Discord. Hold on.
Yeah.
Pressing. Open. Boom! I'm still here. I'm still here in the group. The FaceTime.
You gotta look at the one that says VC Migs Mafia.
When I click, what do I see?
You click on it, and then it shows.
Is this only you and me, nigga? It says Infamous Light and Shadow.
Hold on. Okay, Infamous Light and Shadow. Okay, wait, no, because that's a call between you and me. You gotta hop on the other one.
Click, but I don't see the group.
Okay, wait, hold on. I'll show you. You gotta click on this group right here. I just sent you a screenshot. This screenshot right here. This one that has the blue mark. It's got 5 members to it. You gotta hop on that call. The one that has the little video symbol. I'm gonna be on that one.
Hey, Gene.
Hey, yeah. I just got a call from my cousin. He wants to join the call. He's having trouble trying to hop in. He's new to Discord. I'm trying to help him hop onto it real quick because yeah, I'm trying to invite him to this freaking thing. And I added him to it, but for some reason or other, he's just not hopping in. Let me see. Hold on.
Wow.
He's texting me right now. He's I can't find it. I don't know why. I'm yo, bro. He's I'll send me the invite. I'm bro, okay, how do I send an invite through Discord again? Because I added him to the group chat, but for some reason he's not in the group chat, which is odd.
Yeah, how long has the podcast been going? 3 hours now?
We're at hour 3 right now. We are going the fuck in, bro.
Oh shit! I thought it was 2 hours.
Time goes by fast when you're having fun. Oh man, I love this.
Oh shit! Man. It's good, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah, bro. It's we could be the next Joe Budden podcast, but it's video game related. Yeah. The G Budden podcast. Let me see. How do
I mean, your name is Gene, so cool, JB.
The JVP. Okay, wait, hold on. How to ask him for a new? Okay. Hopefully, if he follows everything the right way, he'll probably show up on the screen eventually because he's added to the group, so he should be able to just hop on the call whenever he wants. But yeah, I'm gonna put it back to full screen so it has all of us on the group shot. But yeah, like you mentioned before, like regarding like Persona, there was like some things that you wanted to like add earlier before, like things regarding stuff relating to like, I mean, like, is there anything that you want them to change regarding the combat system? Do you want anything to be like a little bit simplified or a little bit easier?
It's very simplified, like Persona 5.
I heard somebody say some weird shit like, "Oh, I hope they fucking like add a button to skip the dungeon." I'm like, "Yo, that's like part of the battle, like right there. That's part of the story. How are you just gonna skip a dungeon?"
Like those are why movie games.
Movie games.
The Kojima game, stuff like fucking Metal Gear. It's like, look at the cutscene, walk 5 seconds. Yeah.
Or no, not even. It's like the reason why they have an option now, like any game, like you skip the cutscenes to go straight to battle.
Yeah, that's I know some people want to do that for Final Fantasy 14, but I hear that you miss out on a lot of the game if you do that.
14, I didn't even know they had cutscenes, to be honest. I don't even play 14.
My cousin says that game is like crack, bro. Like, it's one of those games that you start playing, you can't put it down. I mean, I heard that consistently from other people that have played the game. And, like, it's fucking, it takes over your life. It's like what?
Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of too. I don't want to play that game. Then get off of it. I don't want to do that.
I already spent 250 hours on Grand Theft Auto. I'm not jumping on another game like that, bro.
Yeah, I'm not too crazy on it, thank God.
In fairness, I can, if the story's not engaging you, but the gameplay is, I can see the reason for the option. Like, I wish I had that for Kingdom Hearts 3, because I have so many problems with Kingdom Hearts 3, but that's a story for another day.
Yeah, for another day, yeah. For sure. I just can't play MMOs at all, honestly. Especially, I'm a huge fan of Final Fantasy and all that. I just can't do the case. Because I read a lot of stories about people like just play too addicted to MMOs and end up fucking dying in the chair. I ain't doing that. No. Knowing me, I will play it like for a good while, but like I don't want to get addicted to it either. I had to play it now.
I could never get into MMOs, to be honest. I like get tired. After you do like the main quote unquote story, it's like, what now? And then it's like you gotta wait for constant up, and then like you gotta keep grinding, and probably spend money. It's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah, the only MMO I played was on PS3. I think PS3 or PS4 was Marvel Heroes. That's the only thing I played. Other than that, like I got bored of it and shit. It was nice, like get grind different characters and heroes and everything. But that's the only MMO I played. I was like, you know what? I don't want to play this anymore. That's it. I don't know how people play MMO, just staying in one spot, staying in one game all day. I can't do that. You gotta gather your party members, everything, your friends, everything, just go online and fight one big boss and shit. Press mad buttons or anything. Nah, I can't do that. I rather like fucking play fighting games, train for a good 43 hours. My boys be online, we have a good time, and that's it. Nothing else. Or make people cry and shit.
Yeah, because I know that like one thing that people don't like about like 14 is the fact that like I guess the combat feels very like detached. Like you don't really feel like the weight of their character like striking somebody and the game registering that feedback of the monster like reeling back from getting hit. Because it's not like a combat game. It's more like a fantasy game where it's like if they don't like die from the move that you made, it feels like you're just striking butter or just striking the air. Eventually it just like knocks over dead if you hit it. Dab, yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're throwing paper bags. Oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? yeah, it's cool, man. This podcast is dope though. It's kind of my first time to get on the podcast.
Hey, popping that podcast cherry.
Yeah, because I know it's been on everything. I had a friend that wanted me on a podcast, but they weren't talking about baseball and shit. I know baseball not too much, but like there are times like, yo, I want to be on a gaming podcast like Triple KO and shit.
Hey, it's a start. We may not be Triple KO, we may be Triple Draw, but we're getting there.
Or I could be Maximilian or Justin Wong or something like on the podcast. You know what I mean? I could be like either both, like Maximilian. Since I play, I'd be Justin Wong because I play competitive Street Fighter or whatever. So.
Well, I mean, if anything, speaking of like Maximilian and all those other dudes, so like if people wanted to like get at you for potential like comments or follow-up questions that you mentioned earlier here in the podcast, where can people reach you?
What?
You know,
There's
to
some
like send you photos and like talk to you about this sort of thing and all that.
just on Twitter and Discord. That's it.
Yeah, drop it, bro. Like, what's that link? What's your Twitter handle, Twitter name, all that?
At VC_Migs,
VC_Migs.
MIGS.
Go follow, send a like, ladies send nudes. Tyranno, where can people find you, bro? Like, people want to send you stuff. Where can they add you, bro?
I'd rather like keep it to myself for now.
Okay, going incognito. All right. If anything, you guys want to see more content like this, follow Jean Alcantara. Go on IG, the famous Jean Alcantara 7 on Twitter. IG, also the famous Jean. Yeah, that's about
Also,
it for this podcast. Yeah.
What's a resolution for everybody to make the content, or this, since we're in a new year?
My
4 days in.
resolution? Oh fuck! I want to be more consistent with dropping content. I remember like earlier during the year, my content would come out sporadically. I want to be more consistent with me putting things out nowadays this year, and I want to go like have more effort into like putting them out instead of just like putting them out like every once in a while. I'd want to just like set days where I would just think to myself like, all right, I'll probably try to get this out this week instead of waiting until like 2 or 3 weeks afterwards, past the time where people like stop caring about that sort of thing. Just like put it out at that point.
Yeah, it's true. Like, especially with life gets in the way and shit. Yeah, that's true. Like, especially you make more content than I do. Even though I made content back then, but I stopped. I do have a YouTube too, but like, I'm not gonna put it out there yet. I do have a YouTube. It's the same name.
Migs, _Migs.
Yeah, it's the same thing. My resolution is like, get more into streaming, but my only issue is like I have an internet in the house, but I need an extender, a good extender that could like have like a stable connection. Cause
yeah,
I could stream like on Wi-Fi, no problem. But I just need an extender for Street Fighter 6 because I do not want to play on lag. I do play on extender like the Street Fighter 5, like PS4, like it was. It's like 200 up and 100 down or 90 down.
Mm-hmm.
That was on the PS4. PS5 is like way different. Like I have to get like a Neki or something. Then my resolution is to get back to streaming and make content again. That's all I want to do. Put myself out there again because I do have a small following, like 500 followers and following on Twitter. So
that ain't no small following, bro. 500 followers, that's lit.
Yeah,
like what do they call it? A micro influencer, bro. You gotta drop that OnlyFans, bro. That OnlyFans in the league. Teach these people how to play.
I'll do OnlyFans too.
OnlyFans, but it's dudes, only mans. You feel me?
That's gang. That's what he said.
Gang.
That's my resolution. All jokes aside.
I feel it. What's your resolution?
I drag you out for like events, bro. Because
hoping to keep my Pokemon Master content consistent.
Bro, I see you very consistent with the uploads. He's been uploading lots of like Pokemon Masters content like consistently. Like every week or so, he has like 2 or 3 new videos, and I'm like, oh god, the fucking output is real. I mean, like one of these days, I hope like you could do like a personal like live stream type thing where you're just like sitting at home like with the fucking video like on your face and like another video like on the screen telling people like what the hell you're doing playing like meta, because I'm pretty sure like people would like to learn how to play the meta by watching your videos, and other than just like you like showing the gameplay.
I mean, maybe not show my face, but
like going over it and stuff.
I do kind of want to do like single showcases a little bit more, like just showing what they can do or like what funny meme stuff you can do.
Yeah, and then like I know another thing that I would like to do with y'all at some point or another is like if we could do like in real life like skits, comedies, jokes about stuff. You guys want to like flex that fucking Axon Jackson roasting bone? Could all like roast each other and shit like that. Do in real life like comedic things.
I mean, that's cool. I would do that, but Gene, I gotta tell you, man, like you need to come out of events more, bro.
Oh yeah. When I get the chance, I'm a hop in and like fucking join stuff like the casuals match that you mentioned earlier over there, like NY. Like anybody that's like looking for like some fire to like join those casual matches that are going on over there in New York, bro. Pleasant Park. Hop in.
I put you in the Rival Fools Discord or Street Fighter casual for any game.
Yeah, Rival Fools, best Discord to like match up with like other people that want to play like fighting games people that want to learn and do other things like fighting game related. There's a lot of good people over there. Fucking chill, fucking good community, very friendly, very helpful over there. Go join.
Yeah, I'm in it too. Yeah, PC Mix. I'm in the Rival Fools. But those who like like join the Street Fighter community, go join Rival Fools Discord and everything.
People joke around and say, "Oh, it's a Discord fighter." Like, nah. When you say Discord fighter, you're talking about people that know what the fuck they're doing. Rival Fools, bro. If you want to learn, you want to train in a fighting game, go join them. They know their shit.
Yeah, you need to come out.
To that. Yeah.
Yeah, I invite you to the Pummelin Party. That's next tomorrow.
Fuck, I'm working that day. I would if I could.
Well, what time you usually get out of work?
Usually I get out at 8 p.m.
Oh, that's why. It's at 8, so.
Yeah, by the time I get out, I'll probably be tired. Like the fact that I was able to like record this is like kind of a miracle in itself. Everything just like aligns really good timing wise. I gotta like wake up early tomorrow because I got like a doctor's appointment.
Oh, okay.
I gotta do like a
health checkup tomorrow.
Yeah. I guess we can wrap it up from here. Any final comments, closing arguments, other things that you guys want to mention?
This was fun.
Yeah, I'd love to do this again. This is fucking fantastic. Y'all nailed it out the park, bro. This is key now.
This is when she makes. I'm heading out.
Love your Raptor heading out. This is Gene signing off. See y'all later.
Later.
Later.